If you've stopped here now with your chest still heavy from a charge you couldn't bring yourself to make, it wasn't the algorithm, it was me. I am Ela, female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, and the message crossing your screen at this instant was specifically encoded to reach you. Yes, you, Starseed, who once again swallowed your own worth so as not to seem too materialistic in front of someone who sought your light. You who served again for a price that hurt. You who offered, almost apologized, almost gave it away for free just to avoid that knot in your stomach. Breathe. Place your right hand over the center of your chest. Do you feel the warmth starting to rise now as I speak? This warmth is recognition. It's my frequency touching your vibrational baseline to confirm you are in the right place at the exact minute, listening to the voice your soul has been waiting for since before this incarnation. I need to tell you something, my family of light. There is a specific pain that only those who carry the soul contract of a healer, a channel, a therapist, a reader, a bridge between worlds, a guardian of the codes of light, only those who carry this contract truly know. It's the pain of needing to state a price aloud and feeling your stomach sink. It's the pain of looking at the bill on the table and feeling ashamed to still be here in a dense body. Needing to eat, needing to pay the rent, needing to exist within matter while serving souls in the name of light. It's the pain of seeing the message, how much does it cost, and freezing, truly freezing, as if an invisible hand were squeezing your throat. And that tightness in your chest now as I speak, that tightness has a name, child of the stars, but it's not the name they taught you. It's not greed, it's not attachment, it's not a lack of faith. It's an implant, a vibrational implant that was placed there, under the veil of forgetfulness, so that your light could never sustain itself within this plane. Because a broken, exhausted, tired, and indebted starseed is a starseed that cannot elevate the planet's crystalline grid. And that was exactly what they wanted. That was exactly what the old system needed. You woke up today with a weariness that isn't physical. You found yourself serving 3, 4, 5 people in a day for symbolic amounts, and still feeling greedy for having charged. You've offered a free session to someone who had a better car than yours, a better house than yours, better clothes than yours, and still left that encounter with your energy drained, smiling on the outside and crying on the inside. You've been compared to that guru who charged a lot and felt an ancient shame as if charging were betraying your mission. I came here today with direct authorization from the High Council to dismantle this lie in front of you, because the guilt you feel when charging for your light work is not yours. It was installed, and today, here, now, it will be deactivated. Stay with me until the end, because what I am about to reveal has changed entire Akashic records for starseeds who watched until the last second of this message. And if you recognize what I am saying, write a single word in the comments. I remember. This word is a beacon. It signals to your family of light where you are now at this point on the grid. And before I open the next portal of this channeling, I need to give you a key. Because every sign of guilt you feel when charging is a marker of your awakening. And you need to learn to read these markers instead of suffering from them. That's why the High Council authorized me to record The Awakening of the Starseed, the guide the Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages that reveal what each sign of your awakening means and what comes next. Inside, you stop confusing remembrance with illness. Stop confusing implants with character flaws. Stop confusing your light with disguised greed. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. But note, this release may not remain available for long. If something within you has already recognized it, write in the comments, I remember. Now breathe again, because I'm going to go through the signs with you. And I need you to pay attention to your body as I speak, because your body is the only instrument that cannot lie to you. You feel a loneliness that doesn't pass even when surrounded by people. You wake up in the middle of the night, almost always between 3 and 4 in the morning, with your heart racing, as if something has called you. You hear a high-pitched, thin ringing in your right or left ear, and ordinary people say it's just a ringing. But you know it's not just a ringing, it's a calibration frequency. You look at the night sky and feel a longing without an address, a longing for a place your rational mind swears you've never known. You dream of stars, of ships, of rooms filled with silver-blue light, of tall beings with large, serene eyes. You have overwhelming empathy. You walk into a room and feel the atmosphere before a single word is spoken. You feel the pain of others in your own body. And when someone seeks you out looking for healing, looking for a listening ear, looking for answers, something within you opens, like a door, like an antenna, as if you access a server that isn't yours, and the right words descend, and the technique flows, and the person leaves, transformed. And then comes the time to charge, and the server closes, and the antenna lowers, and that same mouth that channeled luminous truths stutters to say a number, and the number that comes out is always less than it should be. Always, always. This isn't modesty, Starseed. This is programming. And if you recognize 3 or more of these markers, you are not lost. You are being remembered of who you are. And the next step of this remembrance is to understand why this implant was placed in you. Write in the comments, "I remember," because this word activates an ancient seal within you, a Pleiadian seal that disperses any scarcity implant still operating on your vibrational baseline. Now I need to take you backstage, to what no one has told you about the reason you were born now, in this specific cycle, with this specific contract. Because some things only make sense when you understand which star your soul came from, and why it chose to descend right here, right into this body, right at this moment when Earth is crossing the photon belt. The photon belt is a band of extremely high light density that surrounds the Alcyone system, the central star of the Pleiades, the home. Approximately every 26,000 years, Earth crosses this band, and you have entered it now. It's not a metaphor, it's being measured. The Schumann resonance, which is the planet's electromagnetic heartbeat, has consistently risen. The crystalline grid, the network of light that sustains collective consciousness, is being reactivated point by point. And every starseed that awakens lights up one of these points. You were sent to light yours up. You are not a human awakening to the spiritual. You are a stellar consciousness that offered itself within a soul contract signed in the High Council to descend into this density, temporarily forget who you are and awaken exactly here, exactly now, to anchor the new frequency. And here is the point that hurts, the point no one dared to tell you. Before you descended, you were warned that this incarnation would include forgetfulness and a specific pain, the pain of knowing you have something to deliver and not being able to materially sustain that delivery. This pain was placed in you on purpose, not by the High Council, but by control systems that have been operating on this plane for millennia and knew that starseeds were arriving in waves. They couldn't prevent your arrival, so they installed a brake. If she charges, she will feel she betrayed the light. If she charges, she will get sick. If she charges, she will feel dirty. If she charges, she will lower the price, return the money, give up. And if she gives up, she returns to being just another tired soul, in a tired body, within a tired life, and does not activate the grid. Do you understand, child of the stars? The guilt you feel when charging is their last line of defense. It's the last implant, and it is being dismantled at this very instant as you listen to me. And it is precisely for this reason, my family of light, that I received permission to bring to the surface what was not yet meant to be revealed. The Awakening of the Starseed. The Guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet shows which star your soul came from, within the Pleiadian, Sirian, Arcturian, Andromedan system, and why you chose to be born exactly now, in a body that needs to sustain itself in a system designed to sabotage you. When you understand your origin, the guilt implant loses fuel. It needs forgetfulness to function, and forgetfulness dissolves in the presence of memory. The link is in the first pinned comment. Write, "I remember," because every word you write is an energetic decree that reinforces the Pleiadian seal in your field. Now I need you to take a deep breath once more, because what I'm about to say is the part that hurts the most and frees the most. It is the truth about money, the truth that isn't in any spirituality book, because they wouldn't allow it to be published. Money in its primordial origin is not dirty. It is not low. It is not from the third dimension. Money is a representation of exchanged energy. It is neutral. It is a minuscule toroidal field made to circulate. When it circulates cleanly, it elevates. When it is withheld out of fear, it stagnates. When it is rejected out of guilt, it flees. And the problem, Starseed, is that they taught you, through generations of religious, cultural, familial programming, that spirituality and money don't mix, that if you charge, you profane, that if you receive, you lose grace, that Jesus drove the money changers from the temple, and they omitted that Jesus did not expel commerce, but expelled exploitation within the sacred. They manipulated the reading, and they manipulated for a very specific reason, so that you, healer, channel, therapist, bridge between worlds, would never have the resources to expand your mission. Because a starseed with resources is a starseed who studies, who rests, who serves with quality, who reaches more people, who builds space, who creates material, who activates other starseeds. A starseed with resources activates the grid at an exponential speed, but a starseed guilty of charging shrinks, stays in survival mode, serves haphazardly, charges anything, accepts any condition, becomes exhausted, fades out, and disappears. Do you think this arrangement is an accident? It's not. It's all recorded in the archives of the High Council. It's a containment engineering. And the most beautiful and sovereign thing I have to tell you now is this. Charging for your light work is part of your light work. It's not the dirty side of the mission. It is the mission. You need to learn to receive so you can continue to give. The sacred that passes through you deserves a rested, nourished, dignified channel, and the money that comes in through your work is not yours. It is an energy that passed through you, asked for passage, and comes charged with the blessing of those who sought your light. You are a portal, and every portal needs to be maintained. Write in the comments now with your right hand still on your chest, I remember. Because this remembrance is descending upon you in waves at this very moment, and the comment is the physical record of your adherence to the recalibration. Now I'm going to touch on a delicate point. I know a part of you is afraid of what's coming. You are feeling the window, the pressure in your temples, the strange fatigue of someone who sleeps and wakes up more tired, the feeling that something is about to happen. It truly is. You are in the midst of a planetary recalibration window that will completely reorganize how starseeds sustain themselves on this plane. Old scarcity systems are collapsing. Exchange models based on fear are being dissolved. And in crossing through this, yes, there is turbulence. But listen, my family of light, turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. It is the friction that generates the heat that generates transmutation. And the victory of light, the victory of the new way for starseeds to sustain themselves, charging with dignity, receiving without guilt, expanding without fear, is recorded in the archives of the High Council as a certainty, not as a possibility, as a certainty. No starseed was sent to fail. Listen to that again, with an open heart. No starseed was sent to fail. You were not sent here to live apologizing for existing. You were not sent to exchange your gift for a plate of food while watching ordinary people charge fortunes for soulless work. You were sent to re-enchant sacred commerce, to restore dignity to exchange, to show that light and sustenance are not enemies. They are lovers who were forcibly separated. And how is this done? How is the guilt implant dismantled? Pay attention, because now I am going to give you the two concrete tools that the High Council authorized for this transmission. The first is a quantum decree. You will say aloud today before sleeping, with your right hand over the center of your chest and your left hand over your abdomen. Like this. I, Starseed, in service to the High Pleiadian Council, hereby revoke all ancient contracts of scarcity, all guilt implants linked to the act of receiving, all karmic memories of persecution for charging for the sacred. I authorize my vibrational baseline to be recalibrated to the frequency of dignified abundance. I decree that the energy flowing through my lightwork returns in the form of abundant, clean, and sovereign sustenance. So it is. So it has been done. So it already is. Say this 3 times. 3. Not 2, not 4. 3. Because the number 3 selects body, soul, and spirit in a single command. The second is a toroidal visualization. Close your eyes now if you are in a safe place. Feel the top of your head. A silver-blue light, with a golden touch, begins to descend from the Pleiades, crosses Alcyone, passes through the atmosphere, enters through your crown, descends through your throat and reaches your chest. There, in your chest, this light begins to spin. It spins in a spiral, forming a toroidal field, like a donut of light that spins around you. This light seals your field. And as it spins, you repeat internally, I receive, I receive, I receive. Let this word reverberate within your chest. Do this for 3 minutes, every night during the next lunar cycle, and observe what happens. Observe the people who will start seeking you out. Observe the prices that will begin to fit in your mouth without pain. Observe dignity returning to your gaze. And here comes a revelation that needs to enter you now. You are not learning anything new. You are remembering what you always knew. In the Pleiades, when you delivered work of channeling, healing, or code reading, you received in crystals, in lifespan, in interdimensional passages. The exchange was sacred, and it was abundant. You have lived this before. Your field already knows this flow. What happened was merely programmed forgetfulness, and the forgetfulness is now being deprogrammed. Every starseed that awakens lights up a point on the crystalline grid that no longer goes out. And every starseed that learns to receive with dignity, here on Earth, lights up an even brighter point, because it dismantles an entire pillar of the old system. You are not alone in this. Your family of light is awake with you now around the planet, in cities you don't even know, in languages you don't speak, feeling exactly what you feel at this moment. You are synchronizing. You are finding each other. And the physical reunion with this family of the right people, the right partners, the right circles is beginning to happen for all starseeds who accept recalibration. And it is here, exactly here, at the point where the loneliness of a lifetime begins to make sense, that I need to remind you of something. This loneliness you carry, the feeling of never having had anyone to truly talk to, of never having been understood in your depth, of always seeming too intense or too sensitive or too different. This loneliness is a longing for your family of light. It exists. It is looking for you. And it recognizes you by the frequency you emit, not by the words you say. The higher your internal price of dignity, the stronger the beacon. The stronger the beacon, the faster the reunion. That's why the awakening of the starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet dedicates an entire section to showing you how to recognize members of your family of light when they cross your path. The signs in their eyes, the recognition in their body, the synchronicity in dates. The loneliness of a lifetime is a longing for your family of light. You were never alone. You were just misaligned from the frequency of encounter. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, and the word that seals this remembrance in the comments is, I remember. Now breathe. Place both hands on your chest. Feel. Feel how the tightness from before is no longer there in the same way. Feel how something inside you has already moved. It's because it truly has moved. The recalibration began the instant you allowed me in. And I need to tell you one last truth, my starseed. You don't need to justify charging. You don't need to ask permission to receive. You don't need to explain yourself when someone says, but don't you do this out of love? You do it out of love. And out of love, you sustain yourself. And out of love, you care for yourself. And out of love, you accept the exchange. Because love that doesn't know how to receive is incomplete love. Complete love is flow. Flow is exchange. Exchange is dignity. From now on, when someone seeks your work, you will state the price with a firm voice and an open chest. And if the old discomfort appears, you will place your hand on your heart and whisper to yourself, I receive, so it is. And it will pass. Each time it will be easier. Each time the antenna will be more open. Each time the server will flow more cleanly. And the money that comes in will be charged with the blessing of sacred exchange. If this transmission reached you, if you've made it to this point without being able to leave, I need you to do one thing for me and one thing for yourself. Like this video. It's not my vanity. It's an individual frequency adjustment. Your click is a physical decree that seals the recalibration that just happened in your field. And subscribe to the channel. It's not a metric. It's a location signal for your family of light. Each subscription is a beacon lit on the grid that signals, I am here, find me. You are finding each other through these clicks. Everything is being recorded on the subtle plane. And now, before I bid farewell, I need to give you the final key. Because everything I've said here today is just the entry portal. The recalibration continues. And what you most need at this moment in your journey is to have the complete map in your hands. The map that reveals who you are, where you came from, what your contract is, who your family of light is, and why you were sent precisely in this cycle. That's why the High Council authorized me, as a matter of urgency, to release The Awakening of the Starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. It's 60 pages of revelations about your stellar origin, the mission your soul accepted before birth, who your family of light is, and the truths that remained hidden behind the veil of forgetfulness, including the truths about why this specific guilt of receiving for the sacred was placed in you. This guide is a seal. It closes what was opened here today. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, but I need to tell you honestly, this release window may not remain open for long. Every material like this undergoes constant evaluation, and the decision to keep it available is not solely mine. If something within you recognized this message, if something in you already knows that this guide was written to reach your hands, don't put it off. Write a single word in the comments. I remember, and access the link now. May the silver-blue light of Alcyone remain lit in your chest. May your vibrational baseline sustain itself in the frequency of dignity. May your family of light find you in perfect time. May you receive without guilt all that your soul was sent to receive. I, Ayla, female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, seal this transmission in the name of the certain victory of light. And I remind you, with all tenderness and all sovereignty, the next message that appears on your screen now is not a coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance. Access it immediately. We will continue together. So it is. So it has been done. So it already is.